Anyway, I wanted to talk about the tarot cards that remind me of this hypervigilance. Um, it's all there's one pentacle. Of course, all the fours, like the Four of Pentacles, the Four of Cups, is in there because I chose any card with like a defensive position. But I also it's a lot of wands and swords, which I've been talking about a lot lately. So I have the Seven of Wands, which is like the person he's like standing over. You can see, I've talked about this in the last few episodes. You can see some wands up in the air as if he's on higher ground and he's like fighting these people who are beneath him. And he's kind of jabbing and he's like really focused and he looks like a warrior, like he's fighting, he's in the fight, and he's almost like exhilarated by it. And then I also pulled out the Nine of Wands, where like this a similar figure has like a bandage on his head. He's standing there, he's like got all these wands stuck in the ground behind him, and he's like, I've won these in battle, right? But I am wounded, I'm exhausted, I'm so tired and like battle weary, and I feel like more is coming and I just like don't have it in me. It's like, in like kung fu movies or like Bruce Lee or Jackie Chan movies, it's always like they just fight like henchman after henchman after henchman after henchman after henchman, and like they never seem tired, but they will have a moment in between like groups of henchmen sometimes where they're like, whew, and then they're back at it. That's like the energy of that card. And wands sort of represent like action, passion, like what you're excited about. And these two cards sort of remind me of like the cost of conflict, or in this case, the cost of keeping those walls up, like that hypervigilance.